This is gonna be the first video where I actually talk, but that's because I feel like I should talk because I have some explaining to do when it comes to this journal. And this is my bullet journal for 2017. But yeah, this is the Essentials brand from Amazon. I got this for around $10 to $12. And this is gridded paper. So here it is. Okay. Let's just align it. So here's my index, and as you can see, I stopped at page 37 because I felt like the index, for me at least, it was very useless because I never used it, and I don't mind flipping through my journal, so I was like, whatever. So here's my key, and now here's my what is called monthly overview. And I started this bullet journal in March, and I only, like, when I started this, I only had the pink and gray Tombow, and I used that throughout like the whole beginning like spreads of the year, of the bullet journal. And so here are my goals, my book tracker, and this tracker was a fail because my goal, as you can see, was to read more, and I thought, you know, I'll have a book tracker. I did not fill this out at all, and this just was a bad page. And it's not because I didn't read, it's just I just didn't fill it out, and when I did read a book, I wouldn't like write it down. But like, poor Harry Potter, I mean. But yeah, and here I wrote like when I started the book and when I ended the book, and I'm just okay. And then here's 17 at the end of 2017, and I wanted to write 17 things I've learned throughout the year, but like I gave myself no space. And if you watched my plan with me for my 2018 bullet journal, you can see I did 18 at the end of 2018. So hopefully I have enough space to write. So we start at March, and I decided to write a Bible verse at like each month title page thing. So this one is my 2 Corinthians 5:7, and here we go. I did this like monthly thing and habit and like all the trackers for a long time, and then when it came to summer I like changed it up a bit. But I would do the vertical layout, and I'd do a box for personal, a box for school, and I did all my trackers. Yeah, trackers, mood, whatever. And as you can see throughout like this plan with me, this flip through, I don't fill out a lot of things, and that's because it's just, I don't know, it's just not for me. Like all the trackers, it never really worked for me. But here I decided to be a good student because this year was my first year in university, so I was like, I'll be a good student, you know? So I have a study tracker. This is all the hours I studied throughout the month. The assignments I had due the month, like during March, and then all of my exams during the month. And then this was like, when I started my Bujo, I had a planner. So I was like, I'll use this Bujo for like a diary instead of like actually planning out, because, you know, I had a planner. So I decided each day I would write one thing that made me happy throughout that day. And yeah, and I had my sleep tracker, and I failed with the sleep tracker because I didn't know what to do, so I was like, whatever. And then here, I did the same thing, but instead of, like with here, when I wrote notes, I made it like a to-do thing. So I went to-do, yeah, okay, I made a to-do for next week, and it's still the same thing, writing one thing that made me happy throughout the week. And putting a quote and the sleep tracker. I switched the Y and X axis because I just didn't know how to make it. But you know, I learned. So yeah. And this layout was my like favorite layout, and I thought I would like use it throughout the whole year. So I used it for like the other weeks. I also made a daily cleaning tracker because I wanted, I don't know why, like I don't clean. And then I added a month overview that shows the week as well. And as you can see, I put the same spread because I was like, I like the spread, I'm gonna continue with it. But yeah. And then I changed it up, and this week was the first week I did an actual like to-do for each day, plus the one thing that made me happy. And like I thought I would continue that, and I thought I was be like, yeah, it's a good spread. But like you'll see sooner or later that it was not. And now in April, it was Easter, so I was like, I'll make it Easter themed, and I put another Bible verse. And oh gosh, look how empty this looks. But as you can see, I stopped filling it out halfway. I barely filled this out. This was very bad, I don't know. And then I was doing spring cleaning this month, so I made a spring cleanings page. Oh, this was a very bad page. Orders is because I made a lot of online orders, and I never remember what I like ordered. So I thought I'll try this out. I didn't do anything. And then another quote. And then this week was the week I decided to not do the what makes me happy, the one thing that made me happy that day, and just continue only doing dailies, or weeklies, or whatever you call this. And this was also the first year I added washi. I was very excited. Yeah. And then May. This was during Mother's Day, so I had a Bible verse for Mother's Day. And as you can see, I didn't fill a lot of things out. And instead of doing the one thing that made me happy, I decided to change that into a memories page. So a BTS, Billboard Music Awards. Yes. Okay, what like looking at this made me very happy because this was when I got my first pen pal. This was when I started a journal. This was also when I started my what's it called? My my Studygram, my Instagram. This was the month I started, and I'm very happy. This was the week where I decided to not the month. I decided not to have a monthly theme, because if you see here, like the first month it was pink and gray, and then the second month was pink, purple, and green, and then this was stars, and then I just decided not to have a theme for this month. So yeah. And then this was also my June memories, which I'm very, very happy about. This was when I went hiking. This was BTS 4 years. I got my GOT7 album. Emily, if you were watching, do you remember our first Skype? Okay. But yeah, I went to the zoo. I went to Hexagon. All those stuff. And this was also the first spread where I added pictures, because I just I've always drawn pictures, as you can see. I was like, what if I paste pictures? I kind of didn't like it, so I stopped. I tried making, this is one of my favorite monthly spreads, sort of. But my mood tracker, I decided not to add numbers this time because it didn't look good. So I said, I'll just color whatever each day because I made sure that there was enough things for me to color for every day of the month. But yeah. And I tried to make each like monthly thing very minimal because throughout the month it'll have colored themes. But yeah, and then I have a purchases, which I'm actually surprised I kind of filled out knowing how my orders spread was very bad. But here's my little memories again. This was when I went to Russ. This was when EXO made their comeback. This was, I went hiking again. I finally got a practicum, you know. And then my purple spread. My pink spread. My brown spread. Okay, I've done a lot of brown spreads, and I'm gonna tell you right now, my brown spreads are always my favorite. This is my second brown spread from, like, I love this spread. I don't know. My green spread. Oh, that's such an ugly spread. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, but now let's go to August. Oh, that's just very bad to look at. And this was my last month of summer, like everyone's month. But this is my packing list because, as you can see here, I went on a trip. I went to Niagara Falls in Mexico, so that's why I drew Mexico and Ontario. And then I have clothes, my toiletries, and then all my others, just to see, you know, what I had. Oh, this is so bad. But this is all my habits, and then my mood. With my August memories, it's so bad. But I had my dad's birthday. I got more K-pop albums, like Girls' Generation's 10 Years, again, Los Cabos, and Niagara Falls, and then I went back to school. This is such an, oh goodness. As you can see, I didn't post this on my Instagram for obvious reasons. And then a blue spread, which I actually really like, because it's very minimal. And then this gold spread. This was a very rushed spread, so it's not that great. A pink spread, which I actually kind of really liked. I was very proud of this drawing. If you're wondering like where I get all my drawings, I get them a lot. I get a lot of them from Pinterest. A lot of like the little doodle section. It's either I like copy that drawing or like try to remake it, or I go off it and just do whatever like I can do, like using that as inspiration. And this was the week I went to Niagara Falls and Los Cabos, so I didn't do anything. And then I made this spreak. What is, oh, okay. That just came off. Okay. But yeah, I made this week before I left, so I can have something to post throughout my bullet journal, like in my studygram, because I used to be that person that posts every single day. Now I just post whenever I can, to be honest. And then here is September, one of my favorite title pages. And because school started again, I decided to do the splits of school and personal. And as you can see, I didn't fill out all my mood trackers, but I was happy. I was very happy, as you can see. And then again, my study tracker again, and my habit trackers, which it's very hard for me to like fill out every single day, but I think that's because oh wow, it's so empty. It's because I forget to fill it out. Um, and that's like the biggest issue for me and like trackers and where and like things I need to fill out is just I like I'm aware of it and like I know how I'm feeling, like I know if I'm doing my habits or not, but I just don't fill it out because I forget. But yeah, I had so many memories in September. So many. Oh, this is so ugly. We're not gonna look at that. But here's my um purple spread for September, and I really liked it because of how like minimal it is. I don't know, I really liked it. And then my brown spread. As you can see, I love my brown spreads. But I was very proud of this drawing. I searched up whatever this flower is called. I forgot what it's called, but Cocoa Bop EXO uses this flower for Cocoa Bop. And I wanted to draw it because in Los Cabos, the hotel or like wherever we were staying had so many of these. So many. And so it was so pretty and I was like, I'm gonna just continue on. So I drew it. I wrote Go in Cocoa Bop. I did whatever. Yeah, okay. And then here's my green spread. I think I did this based like not based on the fact, but so my phone died, but we're back. Okay. But I was saying I wanted to make this spread so I can use this washi and that washi because I had my AliExpress order and I was very excited for those stickers. Stickers, washi. October. But look at that. It's so empty. I had no mood. I had no goals. I don't know. It was so empty though. Yeah. Like I filled out nothing. Like nothing. I don't know. I didn't even finish the T in my tracker. Okay. And this page is so empty. Goodness gracious. This was supposed to be my mood tracker. No, my memories page. But as you can see from September, why did I even try to make a memories page again? I don't know. My brown spreads. I love my brown spreads so much. I think I put so much time and effort when it comes to my brown spreads, like more than all my other spreads. Or it's just whenever I am doing a brown spread, I have more time to do it. So I like it. And then November, I'm happy with it. It's just like you can barely read November, but like at least you can see it, right? And look, I upgraded. I redeemed myself. I finished goals. I colored everything in my mood. And then here, I decided to switch from the vertical layout to a horizontal, but I still separated school and personal. And I added a little monthly like layout just to see like how the actual month goes. This was also the month where I took out my habit trackers because that never ever worked out for me. And then this spread I was using my friend Ali's washi swatches. And she has a store on Etsy called Tapeaesthetic. I'll link it down below, but all the profit she earns from selling all the washi, she gives it to a charity for animals. So if you do want to check her store out and buy some washi samples, again, I'll link it down below. This is a set that you can like purchase. You can get this flowery one, the polka dot one, and then these two circles. I don't know if you can see it that well, but like the washi is like it's like circles. And so I just taped it on a piece of paper and I cut the circles out to like use it as a sticker. But yeah, if you want to check out her store, I'll link it down below. I'll also link her Instagram down below. But yeah, and then December, this was a very rushed very gross. I didn't fill everything out, whatever. But December, if you came from my last video, not my last channel, you can see that I made a video planning this out. Okay. I did not redeem myself from November. It's very bad. I had no events, apparently, you know, Christmas, no events. I had no goals, I had no moods. I was buying for no one except my mom, and I got her nothing. Apparently, I finished counting down to Christmas. Like, I didn't even finish it. It was very bad. December was just like a very bad month, and I just didn't fill everything out, but I did weeklies. Here's a weekly. All these washi tape I got from IKEA. I really like this. And then this is also the month where I only sticked with date, like, weeklies, and I didn't add any sleep trackers. I didn't add a to-do. I didn't like add a month thing. I just did like weeklies just to see like if that would actually help, because I realized that I never fill out my sleep tracker, and I never yeah, because all these sleep trackers, some of them I just like put on because like sometimes I forget and I just like randomly put it on. Like, I estimate, but I never like fill it out exactly. And then here, I really like this spread because of how simple it is, and again, there's no sleep tracker or whatever. But I still added, like, I continued adding the month because I realized how like beneficial, I guess, that was for me. But yeah, and there's like one more like week left of December, but I didn't make a spread. I don't know why, I just didn't make a spread. And that is all for my bullet journal for this year. As you can see, you can how different my journal like changed. It went from one thing that made me happy to just dailies, I mean weeklies. Like at the very back here, because I didn't want to use a lot of pages like for the swatches, I just like stuck with like 3 or 4 pages. And this was only just to see how all my different pens can work with the pages before I actually use it in the actual weekly. And also just to test out how like the titles will work out. Like for this one, I wanted to test that out and how that would work out. And then let's say for this spread, before I did any of this, I did that. So yeah, that was just a really helpful thing I did, just like a tester before the actual thing. But yeah, that was my whole bullet journal for 2017. Thank you guys for watching. I know this was a very, very long video. I'll try to cut it down as much as I can, but it's still gonna be very long. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.